The legendary Ousmane Sembène was a Senegalese film director, producer, and writer. The Los Angeles Times considered him one of the greatest authors of Africa and has often been called the father of African film. Ousmane Sembène was born on the 1st of January 1923 in Casamance in the Republic of Senegal. He was the son of a fisherman and a descendant of the Serer ethno-religion on his maternal side. Ousmane Sembène taught himself how to read and write in French. He drew on many of his life experiences in his 1956 debut novel, The Black Docker, which focuses particularly on the mistreatment of African immigrants and also detailing on the oppression of the Arabs as well as the Spanish. The success of this novel provided enough financial return for him to continue writing. Ousmane's second novel, entitled O Country, My Beautiful People, published in 1957, was an international success. Consequently, he received invitations from around the world, especially from communist countries such as China, Cuba, and the Soviet Union. Sembène's third and most famous novel, entitled God's Bits of Wood, was published in 1960. Ousmane also wrote a collection of short stories with the title of Tribal Scars, published in 1962. Of these short stories, the fiction tale titled The Black Girl, Ousmane would later adapt as his first film. In 1964, Ousmane released another epic novel called The Harmattan, about a referendum for independence that takes place in an African capital. From 1962, Ousmane Sembène studied filmmaking for a year at Gorky Film Studio in Moscow under the Soviet director Mark Donskoy. Sembène was among the contributors to the magazine known as Lotus. Other novels written by Ousmane Sembène include The Money Order and White Genesis, Xala, and The Last of the Empire. As an author concerned with social change, Ousmane Sembène wished to touch a wide audience. He realized that his written works would reach only to the cultural elites. However, the films were the people's night school and therefore could reach a much broader African audience. In 1963, Ousmane Sembène produced his first film, a short called Borom Saret. In 1964, he made another short film entitled Niae. In 1966, he produced his first feature film, La Noire d'Eux, or Black Girl, based on his own short stories. La Noire d'Eux was the first feature film he ever released and ever to be released by a sub-Saharan African director. This film won the Prix Jean Vigo, an award in the French cinema, gaining immediate international attention to both African film generally and to Ousmane Sembène specifically. Ousmane followed this success with the 1968 Mandabi, achieving his dream of producing a film in his native Wolof language. Other Wolof language films by Ousmane Sembène include Xala, Sedo, Camp de Tiaroy, Gwelwa, Ebitai, and Moulade. Recurrent themes of Sembène's films were the history of colonialism, the failings of religion, the critique of the new African bourgeoisie, and the strength of the African women. His final film, the 2004 feature Moulade, won awards at the 2004 Cannes Film Festival. Ousmane Sembène died on the 9th of June 2007 at the age of 84 years following a short illness. He is survived by his 3 sons and his ex-wife, Carrie Moore. Ousmane Sembène was described as a luminary that lit the torch for ordinary people to walk the path of light, a voice that spoke without hesitation, a man with an impeccable talent who without waver held on to his artistic principles and did so with great integrity and dignity. Ousmane Sembène has also been eulogized as a well-rounded intellectual, an exceptionally cultured humanist, and an informed social critic who provided the world with an alternative knowledge of Africa. And with that, let us all observe a moment of silence while we reflect upon the life of Ousmane Sembène.